Hi, Aletha here with Create Your Future. Create Your Future is still giving away a free video, a course on how to find your blocks to manifest anything fast. I also have videos available or courses available, and the newest one is an emergency survival kit for how to manifest healing in your own life. And I do coaching one-on-one, so check it all out, and I would love to meet you through the coaching session. All right, today, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about your perspective when you say your intentions. Your perspective when you're doing your imaginal work. Your perspective when you're doing any kind of law of assumption technique in order to manifest some specific thing into your life. So, what is your perception? If you are doing your intentions or your affirmations with the mindset that I've got to do this in order to manifest something, I've got to do these intentions every morning, at lunchtime, in the evening, I've got to do them, I've got to go through this ritual in order to get what I want, then you're coming from a state of lack, and lack is only going to produce more lack. You do your affirmations or your intentions from a state of already having the thing you want, and all they are doing is confirming it. I am so happy and grateful that I am with my SP. Isn't that I hope I get that because I'm saying it that so it will manifest? No, that's coming from lack. Instead, I'm so happy and grateful I am with my specific person, and you're saying it as a confirmation that I am with my person now. It's kind of like when you say it from the perspective of not having it, you're looking to the future to receive it. But when you say it from the perspective of confirming it now, there's no future involved. You have it now. I have my SP now. I have the perfect health. So your affirmation or your intention is a support confirming that you already have what it is you are actually desiring, and that it will show up, because the truth is you do. And that is the hardest thing to get through into our minds, and that is in the now is the only thing, in the now moment, right now, is the only moment that actually exists. And so it's the only true reality. What you're seeing and experiencing in your 3D is only a reflection, and they're not just words, they really truly are reflections, echoes of your past thoughts. It's just not a pretty phrase. It's the actual truth. They're not real. They are an illusion. What you are experiencing, me standing here, is a reflection of thoughts I had about making this video. The moment when I say I am with my SP, or I have perfect health, or I am very wealthy, in the moment, that's my true reality. What takes place after that moment is the manifestation being reflected back to me, or that intention being reflected back to me. In which case, then it becomes the 3D illusionary thing reflected back, not real. But in the moment, I already have it. I have it now. That's the cool thing. You know, we walk around missing and feeling sad for our SPs. We have them in the moment. That's the only true reality. If you close your eyes and you think about them, and you're thinking loving, beautiful, wonderful thoughts, and you're feeling those feelings, then you have them right then and there. It's yours. It's yours. That's the true reality. When it shows up, you do that, and then it's projected out of you into the universe and reflected back. When you do that, when it's reflected back, you're getting a reflection of what you already had. It's already yours. Because in the moment is that's all that exists. Time is non-existent. It's an illusion. Past and the future, they do not exist. The only thing that exists in the quantum field in the universe is now. So now you are thinking, I wish I were with my SP and they're out there with somebody else, they're not with me. What do? You stop saying that kind of foolishness, because what? It's going to produce this. It's going to be reflected back to you, because in the now I am I am selecting my next 3D reality of reflections. So now I'm not going to say that anymore, that they're with someone else or they're ignoring me. I am going to say what I want, and I'm going to know that as I do that, I'm missing them, I'm meeting them. So why not just go be with them in my imagination? We are all imagination. Everything was first imagined before it ever showed up. So if that's true, then whatever you imagine in this moment will show up, because you're all imagination and it has to be reflected back. That's the law of the universe. So if I'm missing my special person, all I have to do is go inside. Whether my eyes are shut or not does not matter. I go inside and I see myself with them. I feel myself with them. I remember their beautiful, wonderful smile. I remember the look of their eye in their eyes when they look at me. I remember the feeling between us. That's real. It's not a memory. It's not something that's going to take, it's not like something out there waiting to happen. It is happening now. When I go to my special person, or to the wellness of my body, or the abundance of my bank account, that internally, and I see that and I feel that and I live it in an imaginal scene, or I just think about it and feel all those good feelings of having that, then it's mine. I have it now. And all I have to do then is wait for the universe to do its job, because it's been pushed out, it's been projected out of me. If it's my dominant thought, and then it is reflected back. And that's the other thing that I want to talk about. I love sometimes in the evening to relax watching like Netflix. And of course, you know, you can do episode after episode after episode after episode. You can really binge, right? And so you get to the end of a segment of an episode, and you want to know what happens next. And so you go to the next and the next. And the next thing you do, you look at the clock and, oh my God, I've sat here for 3 hours, which is really not, for me, that's not cool. So I also discovered that when I do that, I'm absorbing that information into my subconscious mind. And when I do that, it plays back, because everything is reflective, right? So I'll go to bed and I'll be thinking about whatever, or trying to do my sleep, my routine, where I'm going to imagine whatever it is that my heart's desiring, that I'm there and I have it. And all of a sudden I'll see scenes from the show. Okay, so then I have to, let that go. And I'll fall asleep, and sometimes I dream about it, because I've been so inundated with it. Then I wake up in the morning and it's one of the first things I think about. What I really want, if I'm a serious manifester and I really want to select my thoughts, is to not become so absorbed in some fairy tale story that has ideology and dogma and morals and everything that is not even maybe who I am. But it's becoming a program in me, because I am so absorbed in it. I am giving it so much of my attention. I am sitting and staring at this over and over and over. And whether you realize it or not, you're absorbing it into your subconscious mind, and it is becoming a program. So then you find yourself throughout the day thinking, and next thing you know, you're thinking the way they think. You're feeling some of the things that they would feel in similar situations. Because why? You have just created a program within yourself. You absorbed that information in, it became a program. Do you want that? No. What do you want to absorb into yourself? You want whatever it is your heart is desiring to experience. You want the lifestyle that you want, not the lifestyle that's been projected out to you from a TV show or a Netflix episode. So my advice to myself has been to stop doing that, because I am realizing that it's playing back. It's being reflected back to me. And that's not what I want. Is it fun to enjoy a show? Yes, but we need balance. So my other thought on that is, so what if we flipped it so that instead of being so absorbed in a fictional TV show, and Neville Goddard says there is no fiction because everything is real. Once it's imagined, it's real. And of course, all that stuff was imagined first, right? So anyway, that's another video. But what if we absorbed ourselves, became so absorbed in our story, the story that we want to manifest into our life, living from having whatever it is. What if we became so absorbed in that, thought about it so much, and imagined, instead of the time I lay watching the TV program or the Netflix program, instead of watching that, lay still and imagine my life being what I want it to be, looking the way I want to look, feeling the way I want to feel, being with the person or persons that I want to be with, experiencing the financial abundance that I want, traveling, living in Italy, one of my favorite places I want to go, and I can manifest all of that. But I need to I need to absorb it into me through my imagination. I need to imagine it. I need to see it. I just can't think it once or twice. Yes, sometimes that stuff does manifest, but really, it's a whole lot better to just live there internally first and then let it come to you. Just let it come to you. And Joe Dispenza says, you live it, you see it in first. Inside of yourself, you go into a meditation and you imagine yourself being whatever that you want, and then you just let it come to you. When you come out of your meditation, you feel. So when I stop watching that show, I feel the feelings of the show. I feel the feelings of the character. That's what I'm feeling before I fall asleep. That's what I'm feeling when I wake up in the morning. That's what I'm feeling as I put my makeup on. That's what I'm feeling. But what if I became so absorbed in my own story of what I want my life to be that I constantly was feeling, without any effort, the feelings of that life. The feelings of what it would be like to live in Italy. The feelings of what it would be like to be with my special person all the time. The feelings of what it would be like to have perfect health and be completely pain-free. The feelings of looking younger and feeling young and energetic. The feelings of having enough money to do anything I want, anytime I want, for anyone I want. Being able to give and be generous. The feelings of being spiritually connected to the source in a way that is so phenomenal. We can have all of that when we live from inside with our imagination, with our attention, with our focus, and give it the same kind of attention and focus we do when we're sitting in front of the television for hour after hour. Instead of doing that, sit by yourself and be in that beautiful world. And then you're going to start to naturally feel the feelings of that world. You're going to start to naturally be walking from having it now. You aren't going to have to work at it. You're not going to have to do all kinds of techniques. The technique was becoming absorbed in it through your own imagination by giving it the time for it to absorb into you and become a program. Just like I know that's what's happening when I've been watching episode after episode of a show, which is actually a really good show. But I've started to absorb it. It was becoming a program. And I started seeing myself actually reacting the way specific characters would. And that wasn't always what I wanted to act like. So why not just absorb yourself inside of your own self with your own story and feel that, and it will naturally come to you. It will naturally come to you. Once it's inside, it has to be pushed out and it has to be reflected back. That's the law of our universe. So if you want something and you really want it badly and you're working so hard to have it and you're doing everything to get it, stop. No, stop. Just start enjoying it. Start saying your affirmations and your intentions as confirmation that I already have it. Start living from your imagination, your thoughts. If you can't see things, that's okay. Thinking it's just as good. And you feel those feelings. You can script it, whatever. I do it all. Whatever I'm in the mood for. And then I walk through the day and I really do feel the feelings of being that person. Am I worried that, now this is an example, because in my coaching I have a lot of, I want contact. Ultimately, I want to be married to this person. This is my clients telling me this. So ultimately, I want to be married to my person. Perfect, fine, I get that. But right now I want contact because we haven't talked to each other in months. And so there's two things. You can go ahead and get a contact, and then you're going to go to another manifestation and another manifestation to get to the ultimate end. But I like to go in my own life. Do what you want. But I like to go in my own life from the end of already having it. And I don't have to worry in between whether they contact me or not, because I know that ultimately I'm their wife. Ultimately, I'm their partner. Ultimately, I have that perfect health. I don't have to do all kinds of crazy stuff to be healthy. I don't have to do crazy stuff and starve myself to weigh a certain weight. I just see me as that. And when I look in the mirror, I see me weighing 110. I look in the mirror, that's who I am. That is living from the end within, and you don't have to worry. From the very end, I know that this is what I look like, what I weigh, what I feel, what my bank account looks like, who I'm with, and I live from the end of all of that. And I don't worry if I got a contact from my estate. I don't care, because I know that I already have it. And when I miss them, when I miss my person, when I am missing people in my world that I love, family members, friends that I haven't seen in a long time, if I don't text them or call them, and I can do that, but sometimes I just like to just be with them inside, and I imagine us going places and doing things. I imagine my family and I being in Italy for a long period of time in a beautiful, wonderful house in Tuscany. I have all these dreams that I know, as Neville says, you go there inside, and when you come out of being there inside and you felt the feelings and it felt real, when you come out of that and walk back into your current 3D reality, you know that eventually it has to come to you. You've been there, so it must come to you. It has to be reflected back. So my family and I, we spend a lot of time in Italy. And it's the most wonderful fun. Make your life a manifesting fun. It's not a drudgery to get something and then I'll be happy. No, it's I have it now and I am so joyfully happy. Then it shows up. It's the way it works. And I like what Joe says. It has to be inside first, and then you don't have to do anything. It just comes to you. And that's the truth. And I've seen that over and over and over. And it's in all areas of life. And they've done all kinds of scientific things that prove it through stuff that's scientific, which I don't know anything about. But I do know about the cosmic thing. I know from what Neville Goddard says from my own life that it shows up. If you live with love and joy and happiness from having, I'm serious. I walk through my house happy because why? I have the money I need. I have all the things. I drive my car, but I have an imaginary car that I drive, not the one sitting outside in my parking lot, but my car is the one I'm driving through traffic, and it's absolutely fabulous, and I love it, and it's absolutely brand new too. And because it's almost time for me to get another car. So why not just imagine the one I want? And it will show up. I don't know how, I don't know when. I already know that I have it, right? So when I say that, I don't know, I have it now. So I don't know when it showed up. I don't know how it showed up. I just know it did because it's mine. It's already mine. And I just live waiting for it all to come to me. So, all right, so the end of this video is to tell you that you want to do your affirmations, not from what am I, gotta do them to get something, but you do them as a confirmation of something I already have. So I already have my specific person in my life, so then I will say, I'm so happy and grateful that my specific person and I are in a loving relationship. Not because I want to get it, but because I already have it. And then the other thing is, you are in control of all of your thoughts, and whatever you are programming into you is going to be reflected out of you. So whether it's conscious or unconscious, so spend time joyfully living from and in your vision of what it is you want your life to be. Internally, you're missing your recipe? Don't cry about it. Don't spiral when you see on Facebook or some other social media app that they're with somebody else or they're talking to somebody else and you're assuming it's going to be this mad, crazy love affair. No. If you're missing them and you're wanting them, shut out the 3D. Go inside of yourself, your powerful, wonderful, imaginal self, and be with them. You think what else is thought transmission? And you know what? My special person talks to me, and I know it because I'm proved. We've got proof. We know that internally we get messages from each other. I get it. He gets it. We can communicate telepathically because we believe we can. We know we can. Because why? We're all connected. None of us are separate. And so that's why when you imaginally go in and live from having your SP when you're missing them, this is the true reality, and you're really with them. And then that will be pushed out and reflected back. And that's what you will get, like Joe says. You do it inside first, you imagine it, you feel it, you live it. And Neville says the same thing. Joe just confirms scientifically everything Neville's already said. So you do all that internally, feeling it, loving it, and, being with your SP, and then that will be pushed out and then reflected back. So we'll close this with just telling you, if you're missing them, don't do the affirmations to get them. Do affirmations that confirm that you already have them. And then if you are missing them and they aren't showing up in your current 3D reality, they will if you go inside of yourself in the moment, the only true reality, and live with them, be with them, enjoy them, laugh with them, love them. Feel that joy, that beauty of being with the person you're in love with. And you live there. And like as Joe said and Neville says, it will all just come to you. Besides that, it feels good. I'm with them. I know I am with them. So I don't have to be afraid that I'm going to lose them. I don't have to be afraid that they're thinking of somebody else. They're thinking of me because I said they are. Because thought transmission is real. They feel our feelings. They hear our thoughts. And I have proof of this, and so do you. You've seen it happen in your life many times. So, in conclusion, finally, do everything from confirming that I already have, every affirmation, confirming I already have. And when you miss somebody or you want them in your life, just go into your imagination and live with them, be with them, enjoy them. It will show up. In the moment is the only thing there's no past and there's no future. There's only now. And that's your true reality. And what happens when it's projected out of you, and then reflected back is, again, your 3D reality. But this time it's what you want to experience in your 3D reality. It's not the loss and the lack. It's the joy and the having. Because you're living from your imagination, from your thoughts, your feelings of having the thing your heart desires. And then the very last thing is, if you're missing them right now, and it just makes you feel like crying, you have the most amazing tool to heal and to manifest your life into whatever it is you want it to be, and to have them with you. All you got to do is use your imagination or your thoughts and your feelings and be with them. See yourself with them. Hear their voice. Talk to them. Create a magical scene and live in that. If it's only 3 or 4 seconds, that's okay. Did it change it? Yeah. I don't have to have that person show up at my door to be with them. That's what I'm trying to say. You have them in every moment if you choose. Blessing.